The day our divorce was finalized, my ex-wife, Alina, walked out of the courthouse as if she had hit the jackpot. She didn't glance back at me. No sorrow, no hesitation, nothing. Instead, she threw herself into the arms of her friends, laughed loudly, posed for pictures, and even shared a story declaring, "Finally free, starting my real life now." I stood there, watching her celebrate as though our marriage had been a prison she had just escaped. And even though I tried to appear unaffected, the pain cut deeper than I was willing to admit. 7 years of marriage, reduced to something she could flaunt like a badge of triumph. I went home that day hollow, questioning whether I had ever meant anything to her. For the next 2 days, I avoided social media. Every time I glanced at my phone, I found someone tagging me in another post celebrating her freedom. Pictures of her at clubs, dancing on tables, kissing men I'd never met, captions about new beginnings and living life to the fullest. My friends urged me to block her, but I didn't. A small part of me still clung to the hope that maybe someday she would realize the magnitude of what she had destroyed. Meanwhile, she partied as if she had been waiting her whole life for this moment. Then, on the second night after the divorce, around 10 p.m., there was a knock at my door. When I opened it, I froze. It was her sister, Sarah. Her eyes were red, face swollen from crying, hands trembling as though she could barely stand. Sarah and I had always been close, like the little sister I never had, but that night her fear overshadowed sadness. Before I could ask a single question, she entered, collapsed onto the couch, and whispered, "You need to sit down. There's something you have to know." My heart raced. Thoughts flashed wildly through my mind. Was Alina in danger? Had there been an accident? Was someone hurt? Nothing could have prepared me for what Sarah said next. She drew a deep breath, wiped her tears, and said, "My sister." She wasn't celebrating because she was free from you. She was celebrating because she thought she had secured her future with someone else. But tonight, it all came crashing down. I stared her, confused. "What do you mean crashing down? What happened?" Then Sarah revealed the truth. Alina had been involved with another man, her so-called dream partner, for almost a year. I wasn't entirely shocked. I had suspected months before the divorce, but she had always denied it, angrily and manipulatively. According to Sarah, the reality was far worse than I had imagined. Alina hadn't just cheated. She had planned to leave me the moment this man offered stability and wealth. She believed she was trading up, upgrading her life. That's why she rushed the divorce and celebrated it like a victory. She thought she had won, but her dream collapsed that very night. The man she had left me for, the rich, charming figure she thought would transform her life, revealed he was engaged. His fiancée had discovered messages between them, confronted him, and forced him to end the affair immediately. He told Alina she had meant nothing to him, had only been a distraction, and blocked her number, deleted all communication, and left her crying outside a restaurant. Sarah told me that when Alina realized everything, her marriage gone, her affair destroyed, her future shattered, she completely lost control. She screamed into her phone, repeatedly shouting, "What have I done? What have I done?" Her friends watched silently, stunned. None had ever seen her like this. Pride gone, confidence shattered. The woman who mocked me and flaunted her freedom now broken and sobbing on her bedroom floor because the man she abandoned me for had discarded her. Sarah gripped my hand, tears spilling again. "She keeps saying she made the biggest mistake of her life. She admits you were the only man who truly cared for her, and she's terrified to speak to you because she knows she hurt you and feels she doesn't deserve forgiveness." I didn't know how to respond. Part of me felt pity, another part disbelief. But beneath it all was a cold, heavy clarity. Suddenly, the truth was unmistakable. I hadn't lost her. She had lost me. I sat quietly for several minutes, processing the betrayal, lies, humiliation, and now consequences. Finally, Sarah looked at me, almost pleading, and asked softly, "Do you want to see her?" I shook my head slowly.
"No," I whispered.
"Not tonight. Maybe not ever." And for the first time in months, I felt something I hadn't: relief. Not from her suffering, but because the truth had surfaced. The weight I'd carried was gone. I wasn't the failure. I wasn't weak. I wasn't the problem. She was. Sarah stood, ready to leave, but paused. "She thought she won," she said. "But looking at you right now, I think you're the one who really did." When the door clicked shut, I sat alone, enveloped in quiet, feeling a rare mixture of peace and closure. My ex-wife had celebrated what she believed was her triumph, thinking I would be left broken. Instead, she lost everything she gambled on. And me, I finally understood that life doesn't always serve revenge. Sometimes it delivers truth.